Hey everybody, welcome back to Capsule Cast. I am your host, Anthony, with my co-host Destiny,
Hello.
and my other special co-host, Coach of Buujins, with little Buhan in the corner there, Doorguard.
Hey, welcome to South Guy.
And before we get started, I just want to apologize for last week. We had some major issues going on and we just couldn't record, so I'm so sorry about that. But today, we have a pretty banger week. And before we get started, do any of you guys want to give the people an update how your lives have been?
I've been in pain.
Pink. Pink and losing.
Pain,
Thanks for
pain
the
and
Denny,
in pink.
everybody.
Pain and in pink. We love it.
I have to spend an average of 12 zenny to win my 2 matches.
Well, you know what? If you get in South Guy next season, you got a good FA.
I have a good
Yeah.
FA. I have Spopovich.
Sometimes you gotta
and
you gotta
Buhan.
spend money to win. All right, that's just the name of the game.
Yeah. Are you gonna cheat? Are you gonna bring in your free agent against me?
Oh, we'll talk about that later.
You gonna
You guys
cheat?
ready to get started? Get to
You
match one?
cheater?
Yeah, I'm a
He's
pumpkin
dodging
eater
the
too.
question.
But
I'm ready to get to match one, Destiny. You
He's
ready?
dodging the question.
I think that I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Match one is RW versus Derp. This match was actually surprising in my opinion. I thought Derp would get away with it, but it turns out RW still has some life in them. North Kai ain't dead. Say it. Big. This is the RW from last season. Okay,
I
this
will
is the
admit, there was
dominant.
at least 7 characters in the match.
There were at least this season is the season of not every character hitting the field. Maju's proving that. Surprisingly, usually he's kind of like a starter-ish kind of character. But anyway, yeah, this is the old RW. I'm shocked, and Derp had to mess around and find out. Hurt got bodied, really unfortunate. But Salza hanging in there, keeping a nice 50k average as he's wanting to do. Door as a North Kai team, what do you think of RW this season? How you feeling about him?
They're a team in the league.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
a team in the league. Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I
That sums it up pretty well.
Do you think they're as scary as they were last season? Like you still got to watch out for them, even though they're 3-5, or are they have they fell off officially off of Snake Way? Some would say.
I mean, I think they just brought some of the funk along from the end of last season, and they're just starting to break away from that now. So
I
they're
feel
not
that.
necessarily in or out. They've always just kind of been schmoving about.
Schmovin'. That's how I feel about Derp. Actually, they're always kind of either a lower to but middling kind of team. They have their moments of pop off though, for sure. Salza, Herc, and Dodoria are all scary AF. How you feeling, Destiny? You liking any of these teams?
I guess.
Didn't we just have a short from this match?
Not that I remember.
I remember one short, or one that was requested. Or should
Oh
be
yeah,
short.
it's because early Goku came in, Kaioken, and then just ping-ponged Hercule like 3 bars to death.
Yes, early Goku, one of the scarier Gokus, and he's not even that good. Ooh.
What are you talking about? He has all the stats to be an amazing category of character.
Oh, I agree. I
Really-
just think all the Gokus are really good.
Really, in
He's just
terms
not
of a Goku, kind of has what you want. Got the normal Kamehameha, yeah, but he has like a little bit of a cutscene
He's
ult,
good B1s.
I mean, he has a cutscene ult.
Yeah, and then he has 2 good B1s, that being Kaioken and Solar Flare.
Hey, he's just in tough competition. When you fighting GT, Mid, and Goku, the only one he's better than is Kid, right? So it's kind of hard.
That depends
It's
on
like
If you
form.
look at
comparing
the
to
squad they
Vegeta.
had come out, it was really just Kane Yatra reduced 40k, and then the other 2 doing what they did wasn't surprising. I think the biggest surprise, like Hercule is susceptible to getting bursted. I'm pretty sure he still isn't exactly like a defensive character in any way, but it was Supreme Kai not doing much, I think, was the biggest surprise here.
I know, it's really sad. He looks so cute in that little thumbnail too. Very sad. Yeah, Ader's been having a rough season though. Before this week, he's been like on the 24K average kind of train. So hopefully, he keeps this up. He bounces back. Both these teams 3-5. So in their divisions, pretty sure RW's at the top or the second, and Derp is at either middle or bottom. of
Pretty
their
sure
They're
RW.
tied with Muscle.
I'm pretty sure
so-
RW's at the top because they beat Muscle. There it
Yeah.
is.
Okay. So they're at the top, and Derp is either behind. No, they're above Budakai. So yeah, they're at second. So they're still
third,
like,
actually.
playoff. Oh yeah, Rugrats are a thing. And we'll get to Rugrats. Yeah, I'm liking both these teams. I hope they move on. Do good things. You guys have any more thoughts on these teams, or?
I mean, Derp, I think,
Kind of
will
a quick
bounce
one.
back. They've been having a better season. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember their free agent, but I don't think they're really relying on him,
Roshi.
so it's not. Yeah,
Roshi.
they're not even using him. He's in muscle form too, but yeah, they don't really seem to be in a big rush to get him going. So I think they're just kind of chilling, to be honest, and it'll be interesting to see if they make any changes or if they just take this as a rough loss. 'Cause RW is a North Guy team for a reason. They have the ability to do an insane amount of damage, and that is exactly what they showed today. They can obviously continue to show. And Derp is in West Kai and, fighting pretty well. Maybe not doing as good as they want, but there's still plenty of time for them to bounce back.
They're hanging out. All right, you ready to move on to match 2?
Yes.
I know involves a certain someone. Match 2, we have Buujins versus Rugrats. This match was kind of interesting, actually. Goten versus Spope. Obviously, Goten, did his thing. He's blushing over there. It's cute. And it was Buhan or Kid Buu coming in. And Kid Buu throwing out his first ult of the entire season. Actually insane. I think we're on a bad seed officially. Kid Buu not throwing out ults until this match.
Oh, you
which
missed
is,
the
like,
best
not
part.
good.
It did 0 damage.
It
Because
did
it
0
went
damage
straight
'cause of
down
me.
despite the opponent being 5 feet in front of him.
Kid Trunks went on an ult / spam B2 fest. Aurelia got kind of put in her place. And, besides Spope, everyone on Buujins did their thing. But unfortunately, that difference in Spope was the changing factor, really, along with Kid Trunks hitting some of his ults. Door, as coach of Buujins, tell me your ins and outs, your thought processes through this match. How you were feeling.
Well, as one of my teammates could say, it was very disappointing. They were definitely a big component of. Oh, we've gained a guest midcast. That's never
Oh
happened
my
before.
goodness.
Uh,
Hold up, breaking news.
what
We
was
got
it?
a special
So I have
guest.
a supporter, Spopovich, and they went and checked through all of our tests to see what we had, and he found an AI that looked promising in Piccolo AI, so we chunked in on Spopovich because we had done some. It's one of the ones that had gotten a good chunk of testing, so we're like, oh, it's got lots of promise. Maybe we can make something out of it. It didn't work, but you never know. You gotta just try sometimes. So we threw it
Okay.
into the wind. Obviously, Majin Buu and Buuhan, the only 2 characters that haven't needed an AI change because they're like our only 40k characters. And then you have the lovely Kid Buu, who just it's impossible to tell what's going on with him.
I feel that. Well, as Door, my other co-host, said, we had a breaking special guest. He walked in looking crazy as hell. Coach of ED, Earth Defenders, Macho. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. As you know, the audience knows this is my first time doing this. Of course, this is the first time I was doing this, but this time I will say I did have a valid excuse. My dog had an accident. I had to clean that shit up. It was very nasty.
Very gross.
Well, some good news that came about is that you came in before your match, so you can still talk about
Ooh,
how well you guys did this week.
an incredible match.
I loved it.
Now we're on the pain that is my match. You can be
Yeah.
thankful though, because my match is the one that gave Kid Trunks the first place seal. So Rugrats owe me.
Toshiro, you hear that? You owe him.
I gave you guys front place seats to the top of the scoreboard.
Macho, before we move on, do you have any thoughts on Rugrats or Buujins as teams in general? You know, who you scared of, what characters you looking out for, you know,
I
stuff.
actually really
Bitch,
like
he
how
beat us.
I like how Rugrats are put together this season. I feel like I've never seen Rugrats as complete as they are now with the Frieza edition. I feel like you always look like, oh, Kid Trunks. When has he never been not been scary? He's always been a great character. But I feel like as a team, they actually look pretty solid, like as a whole, and it's not just Trunks. So it's
They were a
scary.
little
And
top heavy in the past, for sure.
I will
Yeah.
say, of the things to note though, it is funny how Rayleigh seems to be struggling, and she's banned in TOP for being too easy to kill full teams.
Hey, when you got a bunch of stars, she doesn't shine as bright. I can speak words.
Yeah,
Mm.
and my thoughts on Buujins is that I see a reflection of my own team in the Buujins, and I feel like I can feel for them, man. I hope they win more.
Man,
Man,
Hello North
wins
Star
are for
team
the
is
winners.
solid.
I'm in it for the Zenny.
True.
Money grind. It never stops. Sigma grind set for Buujins this season.
Yeah, definitely going against
Uh,
everything else. But yeah, that would be my thoughts on the match.
All right.
Yeah, it is
Well,
mostly just calling out them for some reason somehow fucking up Rayleigh. I don't understand how, but they did it. She's
I mean, they made Cell Junior work, so you know, it's like a monkey's paw. You know,
yeah,
one
I
has
guess
to
so.
to fail for the other to succeed.
Yeah, I think they had fusions on too. And they still
Oh,
beat me. This
yeah.
wasn't even Trunks on his one-shot build, and I still got one shot.
We haven't even seen Goat Tanks in the main season, have we?
I think they've tried, but
Yeah, I just
They've tried
speed
several
up.
times. It's just either
Goten's not been wanting to fuse, and stuff's gone south.
All right. Good luck to Rugrats and Buujins both. We love y'all, and I wish success in your future. With that, are we
Yeah.
ready to move on to the best match of the week, or?
You are too happy about your match. You're taking it very chill today, I see.
Hey, man, it's it's another week. When you win a lot, it's business as usual, you know.
Is that what's happening?
I like to think so. Match 3, we have the Earth Defenders versus Androids. Since me and Macho both participate in this match, I'll make my run through pretty quick. 17 versus Vegeta. Usually a Vegeta W most of the
it
time.
was 16
I
versus
say,
Vegeta.
I say 17.
Mhm.
I meant 16.
He just completely forgot. He's not even an Android supporter. Get him out of here.
Listen, I'm tired.
I have nothing to listen to. It's the lies of the faulty.
He's won too many times. He can't remember his own team.
16. B Vegeta and Krillin, and then Tien came out, or was it Goku? They beat up 17 and
And Tien beat up
Tapion,
17. 17's trash.
and then Super 17 came in and didn't lose
Nope.
a bar. I was very proud of him.
Nope.
But Tapion,
You forgot about
lost.
your fucking ginger, man. What's wrong with you?
I didn't. So I did 16. Yeah, he's right there. They're both there. And then Super 17 came in, didn't lose a bar. Love him. Macho. How'd you feel about this match?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't really paying attention to the androids. I feel like it could have been any team, and they would have won outright.
No, you just got unlucky.
eh,
Androids on their map, basically, because the map you guys picked just was
Yeah.
not gonna be great, and that's where 16 beat up your Vegeta, since you have him to use a little bit of B2s. The sad part was, it was like a very doable match, but Super 17 just did his thing.
he only took out the one character, and it was like
He
the
took
only
out
character-
like 3 bars of. He took out the last bar of Mid Goku and 3 bars of Tien. Tien tagged with 3 bars. He came
it's-
in, EL versus EL, and he just did like no damage back.
Look, those were my like 2 worst characters though. So like coming into this week, so Tien and Mid Goku, they were by far my best in that match. They were the only ones that did anything that match, which is something scares me to say because Tien hasn't done anything this season. I don't know where to go with my team from this. I'm not gonna lie.
I think
So,
I know a perspective. Put DP on Vegeta since you keep thinking he has dragon power.
There's only the one thing I do know is that Anthony will not be getting 13 next season, which is
you know, the off season's a long time, and we'll see how that works.
Hey,
out.
there was an
People get
agreement. If
tested.
Vegeta beat 16, you might be getting a 13 in the future, but nope.
Hey, listen. Hey, when desperation, you know, it changes men, and we'll see how you feel when 16's the only person on the table for you. We'll see. We shall see.
I mean, Trunks is
my
right
friend.
there.
all right. Let's stop the bias.
Oh.
What did you guys feel about the match, Destiny? And
Yeah,
Doorguard?
what a door test.
I mean, I've ran pretty much a majority of the Earth Defenders characters in TOP. I've run Tien, I've run Goku's, and I very much enjoy those characters. And if Buujins still had the previous group running it, I probably would have jumped over there and fought you for it, Macho. So it is quite sad to me to see the characters functioning as poorly as they have been. At least Mid Goku did his job, and Tien did his 40k. But yeah, I mean, Krillin's always been a wild card, and I mean, I think when worst comes to worst, you just go back to Mid Vegeta's old build, to be honest. I think he tried to adapt to how he fights, and then he decided that he didn't give a shit. And now you're in this hole, just like I am.
What's Mid Vegeta's old build, in your opinion?
Wasn't it attack +2, like serious
Dragon
Dende's
power.
dragon power? It's literally just like punch him.
Oh, Dende's, it wasn't launches. It's been
Yeah.
launches for like 3 seasons.
Not in 2020 and 2021. It was Dende's.
And that's
I
the
just
kind of the
remember
Vegeta
losing
that
flashes
wipes
from
our
the
teams.
Yeah. So there what you will. They found that Dende's helped. The only thing I would say as a builder myself is with the attack +2, Dende's or latent. You need something to counteract the defense minus. Both works as well, but if you don't want to commit both, I would recommend at least one to try to help him live. So that way he can actually deal his damage. The launches is fine. He is a great kit, but I think the problem is he
He needs the
I mean, he's glass
survivability.
cannon. It's just like how Scouter used to always be built, was just glass cannon.
I
Whereas
have faith in
androids is
DB.
exactly what you'd expect of androids, which is like their characters. They don't need all their characters to do 40k because they always have a character doing like 90. So, in a very
I have-
infuriating team to fight, as always.
I think once ED hits the playoffs, if they hit the playoffs, I think in a 5-man setting they're very scary, and I think that's where they'll find their footing more than in 4-mans. Crazy as that is to say, I think more tag opportunities help them out more, and also just having all 5 characters on the field, they're 5-man, regardless of how they're doing this season. I'm still more worried about them than other teams' 5-mans. There is no truly, if Tien's your weak link, I'd take that weak link over some other teams, regardless of his stats that he's done this season.
I mean, Macho, both of our teams have the stats. If either of us get to playoffs and we get our shit figured out in the last 5 weeks, we're
Yeah.
able to do a lot. It's just trying to get that in sooner over later.
Yeah, it's definitely
As we've said in DMs, all that testing for naught. But hey, there's a will, there's a way.
You have testing. I have like, other than when I've been here, I have like in the past 3 years probably like 20 in total testing.
True,
That's like-
ED was not a big testing team before.
Well, that's because they never
Maybe
changed their
one.
builds, and they always got 10 wins. So that's
Yeah,
what I was
did you
saying.
know
Like,
that?
you could just go back to those builds, or at least a couple of those builds, and they might
you know
help
it's
out at
been
least a
like-
little.
You know, it's been 6 seasons or something that since Tien has been tested on anything that isn't Yajai.
Yeah,
Actually,
I believe it.
I convinced them to test TNAI, and it was okay. I'm gonna be real with you. I know that TOP is different, but TNAI did work on him. It made him more aggressive if you wanted more aggressive. But I also had him on attack plus 1 EL. I think I had him attack plus 1, latent fighting spirit EL. I literally was just go out there and deal damage, and if I gave him TNAI, he actually just went out and did damage. So
yeah, I might look at those because I have my my testing spreadsheet as one does, and right now it's just filled with the ED ones, and every single one is Yajirobe AI for TN.
I mean, maybe you try grabbing that build from what's it called, from Super 17. Yajirobe AI is a spamming AI, giving him maybe Super +1 Indignation Fighting Spirit.
That was week 6 build. It didn't do so well.
Yeah.
Maybe TNAI is the way then. I don't know. I think you guys can find some things. We can go into more build talk post cast,
True.
as to not spend the whole cast on it, but
As
in
much as
terms
I
of
do love this
androids,
match.
I'm not looking forward to giving them an elite this week, but at least I'll get 3 Zenny out of it.
Aw. Well, as much as I do love talking about this match, I think it's time to move on to match 4, which
No.
I'm also very. No? Oh, did you have words, Dustin?
Save your on Super 17, or you're not going to
Nah,
win the division.
Electric
no.
Hey, you want?
Sorry.
Hey, you want him to be better than the regular 17?
He plus
He
2,
was
you won't.
this week. He
plus
was
2, you
this
won't.
week. He did it. He just did. He proved
Not
me
those
wrong.
Plus 2
there.
launches EL, you won't.
Not do
He
it
did
full,
like almost double his damage.
full melee Super 17. You won't. It worked for me.
I bet it did. And you
Master
see,
throw, where's it at?
16 has it. He's
Where's-
right there.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
about
but
the
where's
other
where's
Master
the upper
throw?
one?
He's in the
Y'all took
he's on
out
the
your
banner. Do
guy.
you not see him on the banner? Do you not see him there?
No.
You're missing
He's
some
chill.
key
He
Pataras
lost the
super
weight.
negative.
He lost the weight, and we gave him Master Blast, and now he has a sword.
Alright, so match number 4, we had
Match 4.
GT.
Versus Royals, the 2021 champions. Gotta say it every time. This match, regardless of the records, GT won with their second win. Very dominating win until the end. But honestly, they basically won by a character. GT Goku and SSJ Vegeta both showing why they are very strong. And Meta, that 92k, I'm not giving it to him. That was kind of padded stats. I think Sin was helping his boy Meta out and took an ult to the face on purpose to get him to almost elite, but their plan didn't work. That's my little conspiracy theory. And another note, Tam, yikes, you'll get it, buddy. And the fall of King Vegeta has been fast. And with the
I mean, when you
vengeance.
look at what the characters do, it's not too surprising. The
Yeah.
heavy hitters, Deborah and Majin Vegeta. Deborah, who's been a double blade so far, Majin Vegeta, who is not in this match. You kind of figured the damage is going to be lacking a little because you have basically 3 tanks and Tambourine in how Royals goes. And I know they don't have defense Pataras on Slug, but they tend to have him on EL with like Key +1. So he's not exactly built for damage either. He's just built for B2s. And then you go and you see the other side, GT, where they're pretty much going all in on
King
damage
Vegeta
nowadays.
had a 60k average. He was in the top 10 for a while. He might still be. But these past 2 weeks, he's been kind of getting his butt kicked. Been doing
I need to look at the builds again to remember what they had, because they've been doing some build swaps and it's been working for them. It was a divisional, so obviously there's a lot of boosts.
The one boost that GT had got taken away because they
They
did it
did,
twice
yeah,
in a
got
row.
taken away.
Yeah,
They're basically boostless.
but there wasn't any boosts on Royals. which was
I'm gonna
strange
say
as
it.
well.
Royals did not take GT seriously and it bit them in the butt. You know, they wanted to bench their best against a divisional, and GT is not one to sleep on, regardless of how they look in the beginning of the season, and they're showing it.
They
These
don't
past
got,
two
Yeah, I
they
mean-
they don't got Pan, first or not.
I like the
Not
change
heroic.
of giving Shin Shenron more stats.
Mhm.
Instead of being defense +2 EL, it's got Dendays. So instead of latent, he also gets serious and fighting spirit, and he's a very high damage character. Like all of his stuff just does damage outside of trap shooter, but he's shown that he's actually pretty good at making that do damage through giving 20 into your noggin. On the 20th one, you'll realize you're taking damage. But yeah, I mean, there was a power play starting GT Goku. He's been on an ult spam build so far this season, just having him out front. He actually showed he can be very good. And they put Baby on a relatively generic EL build when all considered. Attack +1, serious, quick, fast EL.
Yeah,
But
that's
hey,
the
it works.
classic.
He's a
Yeah.
60k average character. Um, and again, like
Macho, what are you thinking
Royals,
about?
mostly defense.
Uh, I like to see the reunion between the person who carried them to a championship and Baby Vegeta. It's always nice to see old lads come together. Uh,
Yeah.
GT Goku having a great week. He's on a key build, and he's been actually largely very inconsistent, if not good at all, this season. So we always like a good GT Goku match. Yeah, it was just cleanup meta cooler padding his stats, but yeah, GT Goku. I mean, GT has a very firm win, which is something they've been missing from these seasons. So very nice to see.
It's a really good team too.
Yeah.
You think do you think Baby's punches hurt a little harder because he had a big old DBZ League 2020 ring on it?
Oh yeah, the imprint is still on Slug's green skin.
ring, losers.
Thanks for the ring. I'm sure Videl
characters aren't
appreciates her
doing
ring as well.
Too bad. Unfortunately, Dr. Giro sitting there with a big old 0 average has not quite gotten his moment to shine. But hey, they picked him up for a reason. They're saving him for playoffs, obviously.
Yeah, he's a playoff swap in for the androids at the bowl when they meet.
You know, you have a lot better averages than I do. Looking at stats now, Macho.
I'm sorry, repeat that. I heard like background static.
You have 3 characters at over 40k average. One at
No, I
48,
do.
one at 45. I have like 1 at 40k, and that's like my team.
Know what would drive you insane though is like each of those 40k characters, probably all of them have 20k or below performances. Some even 2 of them. So kind of
Yeah, most of my characters have that. I only have 1 character over 40k, and that's Gohan. Boo. Everybody else is under 40k.
It is, man.
Yeah. Royals didn't take their divisional serious, as Anthony said. So they fall from grace. They had their
Maybe.
crowns on too tight, maybe. The ego getting to them, eating a little
They
too much,
hubris.
partying a little too much. Huh, Macho, huh?
Mm.
Time
We
to
must-
usurp?
You best be careful, Doorguard, or it's gonna turn in competition of woe is me, my team. 'Cause,
Yeah. You could say maybe they were a little too happy to begin with, and Deborah fell apart because of that.
yeah.
True.
They took
And-
the preseason too light. They thought, oh, we're dominating, and now it's crumbling apart. Midas, everything's turning to gold. They can't win with gold. They got to win with numbers.
With copper. That's
They
the
got to
thing,
punch
right?
people to win. It's combat, gladiatorial, sand.
Well, Door, I think
Oh, God,
with that, match
talking
5
to me.
is match 5 is something that one of our people on this cast wants to maybe not talk about, but we're going to. Match 5 is Team Muscle versus Team Netflix, and this match was interesting to say the least. If you look just at the stat line, you would probably think, oh, Cinema won, everybody did good. No, actually, it was pretty even up at the front with 13 versus Fasha, some nice little funny moments. The middle part with Raccoon and I think Pycon obviously really good, but Big Bojack and Big Garlic, especially Big Garlic, Garlic and Zangia, the 2 goats of the league, fighting it out, trying to see, Garlic coming back for revenge for getting traded away. Or
Can I just
loaned
say,
away.
stat-wise, this match makes no sense.
It really doesn't.
It
It-
really makes no sense.
You want to know what the difference was? Health transformations for Garlic. Him transforming at the end really saved Muscle. Because if not, Zangia would have, done her
Well,
thing. 'Cause
They
she was
have
the goat.
healing on. I mean, I don't know if they had EL this week, but they definitely had, double dendays and some tankiness.
They can't have EL. They have 13 garlic.
They have 13 in Garlic, so they're not allowed.
What? They've definitely run EL Bojack already.
Yeah, yes, but that was with garlic out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, they had dendays on Bojack on a defense build, literal same build that I was just said for Sin, and then they had dendays on Garlic, so he had a lot of healing.
Well, I think we should get our resident cinema subscriber here, Destiny. How'd you feel about
Just talk
this
about
one?
what you liked from the match. All your characters did 40k.
That's
Broly
true.
looked
That's
good.
hard to come by.
You'd be surprised. I wish my characters would do 40k.
What was really there to like?
I mean,
Broly did good. Pycon did good. Basha
you,
beat
you
up
got a short out of
kind
the
of.
match when Pycon went into Raccoon while he had false courage, and he just kind of stood there and got hyper tornadoed into.
And then
Just
I mean,
totally
got
no-sold the
bounced.
spear.
I guess
and
bounce
even if
back, but that's the only good thing I remember from this match. All I remember is we
Pain.
basically lost to Hell's Transformation, and I'm pretty advocating for healing on one of our characters for now because of it.
Yeah.
Now, my question for you is: do you regret loaning Garlic for
No.
Broly? Or okay,
I'll say that there is the sad part is Zangia did exactly what you built her to do, 40k, and yeah, the health transformation as you said. So that is unfortunate. I can see why this assault, but I will say you were very unlucky in the fact that Broly kept spamming Saiyan Soul, and had he just done his other B1 or transformed at any point, the
That would've
match
been
probably
better.
goes the other way because of the +5 like defense he gets.
If Broly
So-
if Broly transformed, he'd become a different character. Edie knows this.
Well, I mean, I think if he used Kakarot as well, and just because he kept getting Saiyan Soul off, so if he had been using Kakarot instead and just getting like even just a powerful eraser gun off, like that just changes a
The-
lot.
Honestly, I would have probably just preferred the transformation because he doesn't like B2ing in Super Saiyan. He likes meleeing. Legendary is when he likes to do his whole eraser gun stuff.
Yeah, but still, like getting Saiyan Soul gives him like
Mm.
damage boosts, and it gives him free combo master and the ping pong combos and the free B2s. So
Yep.
just even if he is doing melee, his melee will just get better being in max power mode from Kakarot.
Macho,
Yeah, I mean,
as a North Kai team, what do you think of Muscle?
I would like to give my opinion on the match first. Well, actually, it does tie into that because I think a very good week from Garlic, which is actually something I think Muscle has been missing for most of the season. Because you know, I got like all pretty much soloed by Broly. And Broly has been looking pretty good throughout the entire season for Cinema. So it seemed like a very worthwhile loan for them. But Garlic's kind of been struggling this season. For the most part, but definitely a defining match for him, which is pretty good for him. And I would say if Garlic starts working, then Muscle definitely becomes a lot scarier team, especially with Dolt Trunks firing all cylinders. 13's inconsistent, but 13's ever the most scary. And Bojack is on his Bojack, doing Bojack things.
Ooh.
So yeah,
I would counter with if Raccoon
17?
got consistent, it would be the same thing because he's also been very prone to his, just like this week, a 10k week versus a 50k week.
Yeah, that's true, but I also think like 13's like his inconsistent is 30k to 70k, so it's definitely a little bit higher floor and higher.
Yeah, I
ceiling.
would call that volatile. That's like what Kid Buu and like Mid Goku have, where it's like when they're on, but when they're off, you're just like, Jesus, could you do anything, please?
I'm pretty sure they've been going back and forth between a Super 2 build for 13 as well. Since
Yes.
they saw 17 and they wanted to emulate that. What they didn't know is that 13's better than 17 when he transforms.
Or I don't think what people didn't realize that most people just bursted him down. Fasha's the one character, or like one of the
Who
characters
can't.
that just doesn't do that. So Fasha
And
took
he's
like
allowed to do 12k.
By the way,
Yeah.
she's on defense.
She's on defense. It's so gross. I know
Well,
this.
you forget that he was on his last bar, so he's actually at Super 4 because he had indignation as well. So
It's
when
still
you take into that in count, like it makes sense as B2's hurt because he literally has like as high of super as he can.
yeah.
I did the calculations for every B2 that 13 has, full bar or last bar, in transformation or no, and yeah, they hurt either way.
Yeah, I mean he's had to change to more of a spam role this season since Raccoon's taken his attack +1. And has been doing pretty well with it, to be fair. And obviously, attack +2. Well, what seems to happen is he and Trunks trade between being the super +2 or the attack +2 user, like depending on the week. So it works.
They're both have great stats all around.
Oh no, here's a real question: do you think that this match would have gone different if you had Turles?
Yes.
Mm,
Yeah.
interesting. In replace of who though?
Zingaya.
I
I
mean, that
don't
one was
think.
obvious. I don't even know why you'd ask that,
I
Anthony. You're
don't
not
know.
even
I
a
don't think
real host. You're not
Zangief.
even a
I
real
don't think.
friend,
I
honestly.
think
Let's go
if
to
Turles
Macho.
was in instead of Pasha, Turles could have spammed down
Let's go to
13
Macho.
way
Macho,
easier than.
how's Turles looking for you this year? He's been an interesting change.
Turles for Kaiju? Oh. Kaiju. I mean, Kaiju is like a complete team. We'll get into them later, but I
We'll
really
get
like
it.
Kaiju this season. I really do like their roster.
I want to say though, Turles has been closing a lot of for like their last 3 weeks and only has like 20k to do. So he looks like he's bad still because he has like a bad average this year, but it is purely because at least the last 3 weeks he's just come in and cleaned up like a bar.
Or not come in at all.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah.
ape transformation would really help versus a character that can barely punch through it.
Since we're talking about Kaiju, do we want to move on to match 6?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
Sure.
All right, let's rotate down to
Less
match
green
6.
characters
Kaiju
that aren't
versus
Namekians, you know what I'm saying?
Kaiju versus Budakai. This match was pretty interesting. Kaiju winning, obviously. Uh, getting out of the bottom of South Kai with 5-3. It's a pretty rough division. And Budokai tried their hardest, Kid and Vegito doing their thing, but 18 missing 2 ults is not the way to go, and Tao is struggling as he has been this whole season. Uh Macho, you were talking about Kaiju earlier. Why don't you get into that, man? Nappa also. Big Nappa. Hopefully
Well,
an all-star.
everyone, everyone that likes to laugh at a peel-off trade for the other person, is like, you got Pila for a season, and Royals love to dish him out, but Kaiju really took great advantage with a peel-off trade to snag adult Gohan, and with that, they kind of became a very complete team in my eyes because they got another like B2 spammer. Yeah, B2 spammer, which is
Mhm.
kind of a team that desperately needs it. So I always love Nappa. Nappa doing good. It warms my heart. Bardock. If you guys remember, Bardock was like one of the worst characters last season for inexplicably why.
He
Because
was their least valuable player.
Bardock is like usually amazing, but he was awful last year. He's finally coming around. Got him. They're usually switching on attack +1 and super +1 builds, but usually it seems like both kind of work for him. But yeah, this is a very interesting Kaiju team. I feel like Kaiju has a really good shot to do something big in this season.
Highlight of
They
the
can
match,
definitely make
18
playoffs.
enters, insta ults, but Nappa was already ulting.
Yeah. I got a lot to say about Budakai too, since I was the coach of them. But
Yeah, throw it out there.
yeah, but man, something that I think Budakai lacks desperately this season, and it's really hurt them. It's hurt us a lot because we usually have defense negatives, but we really need a eternal life
We?
user. Oh, I'm sorry. I always support my team even when I leave them. But yeah, they really need someone who can consistently get out there and use eternal life because now they keep sticking eternal EL on Kid, which is like But with all the defense negatives and with all like super high power like damage, they have great damage, but they can't slow down a match, which could really hurt them. Like I feel like Kaiju also can be a bursty team, but they also have a character that can take some hits in Nappa. So they're desperately needing like some kind of defense or eternal life user on that team, an actual consistent one.
Hmm.
I mean, I think there's a lot of variety that they have still, and they have shown that they can still swing up quite well. But yeah, I don't know. I think Kid Goku has only been brought in because he needs to try to get results, less than because he wants to bring in Kid Goku.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there was like slight issue. I don't think they should have dropped N Goku, to be honest. Like you said, they need a good EL user, and I think that's like probably one of their best contenders for it. And
Well,
they
they
don't.
wanted Vegito, right? And we needed some Zenny for him, I guess.
Yeah, and he's doing work, but
Yeah.
18, just like 17, you put a lot of eggs into them spamming, and if they don't, then their melee isn't bad, but it can lead to be desired since they're pretty much not getting any of that. They're getting pretty much only the spam Pataras, and then Cyborg
Yeah.
Tao's always been an interesting case of, if he's getting his stuff going, great. But he doesn't always get his stuff going.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I think 18 always does her thing. An argument, something I don't like about how the 18 is handled is that 18 was doing amazing last season. She was like 60k last season. She was incredible last season. We just started trying to fix what wasn't broken, so now it's kind of like hurting him a bit because I don't know why her build was changed. She had the Pataras, it ain't broke, don't fix it. Also, something really sad for Budakai is we relied heavily on Murktau last season. Murktau was our rock, and base Vegito it just doesn't seem to be like as good as Murktau is, which is crazy to say. But
I
Or more,
Destiny
or
told
more
me
they
something.
keep falling into the melee trap of Vegito and don't try anything
Yes.
different.
Melee Vegito is bait. A wise man said he is bait, and you fell for it. Don't fall into the trap. Yes, he's good at it. He doesn't need to be
But
that
he's also
though.
still defense spam. He has Big Bang Attack and Scatterfinger for crying out loud.
And obviously for Budakai, they have a lot of spammers, so it was logical to go for Vegito. But maybe you could have went for a different FA, save some Zenny. Might have worked out as more of an all-rounder. Or maybe you just see Vegito as more of an all-rounder and give your melee Pataras to somebody else. Maybe bring Yamcha back in. Who knows? I don't know though. I'm not on Budakai. I don't know. Royals, jeez. Basically Royals. Kaiju. You're gonna do good. You're probably gonna make playoffs. I hope to fight you in playoffs. It'd be fun. And Budakai, be wary. You are not out though, because the only person that your derp is 3-5, so you're only a win away from getting up to them. So it's not, you're not that far behind. And I wish luck for both these teams.
Next
Do you have
match,
any-
please. Board now.
Bored now? What?
Board
I'm
now.
not gonna touch
Match
it.
7. We
Match
have
7.
we
Jeez,
have
we got Namek
Slug
versus
people
Cold
versus Bald
Kingdom.
people, then Zarbon.
And Cold Kingdom taking their second ever loss. And honestly, shocking
Sucks to
loss.
suck.
Because Zarbon and regular Frieza were destroying Toad. It was looking like a slaughter. And then Nuova's Shenron, Season 8 Nuova came out. Big boy. Saying, no, 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 Mecha Frieza. You're bad, remember? Bam. Big
Yeah.
Cooler, I don't even know ya. Bam. And wins the match, basically. And that's how it went. Accurate creation.
Yeah, that was
And
great.
Door, since you wanted to get to this match so bad, why don't you talk about it, buddy?
Well, unfortunately, the defense minus on Cooler is not very good when you're eating B2s to the face. And Mecha Freeze is showing that he has. I mean, this is what happens every year, right? He looks like a really good, like, ult spammer, and then you just, like, as the season goes on, his, like, minor issues come to show. Unlike his previous form, he has 4 Blastox, not 6, so only gets 1 max power mode off. And like his other B2s are okay, but more often than not, he uses his regular Death Beam instead of his Fisher Slash, and even then, his Fisher Slash has an awful hit rate. It always seems to only hit 1 or neither, because the opponents are usually able to dodge it because they are very slow. So it's just kind of the weird spot with him where he's like, ult spam is great on him, but man, if he's not doing it, he can really struggle to hit the other things. And Cooler, I just think, like I said, that is just the issue any team takes when your attack plus 2 user goes up against spam. You either punch him to death, or they hit a B2 and you lose like all your life because you have a defense minus.
You either punch him to death or get spammed to death.
True. Macho, how you feeling about these two East Kai teams in their division?
One thing I would like to point out is that Cold doesn't have to be too upset because I feel like with what Frieza, our the main Frieza show is that he can really behave like Kid Trunks when he wants to. Super Saiyan Kid
Oh
Trunks,
yeah.
where he can ult, then get back to max power, ult, and get back to max power when he really wants to. And he showed that potential, which is pretty cool to see. I don't really like talking about Namek. There's still some bad blood there. Love you, Abe. But I think actually a real big story for this Kai in general is if you look at the standings, just how much GT has been coming back. Like
hmm
it's been last 2 weeks, GT won them both, and the other 3 teams in 6 matches have lost 5 of them, and one of
They only need 2 more wins to get past Namek, and that's not impossible.
yeah,
15
so
wins.
it's really cool to see that they are coming back on that because it seemed like, man, when is GT gonna get a win? GT it's gonna be so hard for them, and they made up a big chunk of the difference already. So it's great to see that.
They definitely hit their stride in the back half of the season. They've done it in 2020 and 2021, both for different reasons. But honestly, it's like kind of insane when you think about it. uh, Destiny, you haven't talked that much. What are some of your thoughts on Namek and Cold, if you have any?
Remember when we said Turles doesn't look bad, even if he's cleaning up? This is the opposite. Frieza looks bad even when he's cleaning up. Mecha Frieza
Yeah,
in particular.
yeah, Mecha and Big Cooler really just dropped the ball on this one because this was a for sure win in my eyes. Cold was 7-1 already in my eyes.
Also, they changed up Frieza a bit. They actually boosted KSA on him this week. He had Super
Yeah,
+1. Well, he normally
yeah.
has KSA in base, so I'm wondering what they even gave him to have him boost that.
I
And
think they give him some Batar space, maybe like a light body or something.
Probably the ultimate +1.
probably.
Oh, that
But
would have done it.
big boy, we now have a late Piccolo killer. We have Zarbon.
True. Zarbon, one of the greatest characters in the league. Most definitely an all-star. Beating up late Piccolo. You love
He's
to
also
see
an
it.
all-star.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go to match 8. Match
Sure.
8.
Alright. Match 8.
Match 8. We
There
got
were 8
Sentai
characters in this
Squad.
match.
A lot of main character energy. Sentai Squad versus Hybrids. Hybrids being, at this point, the best team in the league, ranking wise, power ranking wise, and record wise. Man, I kind of feel bad for Sentai in a way. Jace looking really good, but their main 2 consistent players, Merc and Saiyaman, just not looking good. And when 2 of your characters almost do less than like 30k combined, you will lose because Ultimate Gohan, Teen, and the rest of the squad. Yeah.
By the way, this is the first time Zayman did under 40k.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
And they were still bringing it back.
I mean,
It was the monkey
Mercenary
pod,
Tao
dude.
also struggled a lot. This was just a week where it went to show that, like, Sentai is indeed still a very strong team, but Hybrids is just in form. Any other team, what Sentai did this week, they probably beat, right? Like, everybody was doing what they were supposed to do. It's just they had characters like Ultimate Gohan and Teen Gohan that you're having to go through. And I mean,
And
damage-wise,
now,
it's a really
third
weird
elite.
match. It's like, how did people die? Really, people got burst quite quick in this match. There was not a lot of living and healing up, that's for sure. Because
No.
stat numbers are not high on like anybody.
Fun fact.
But maybe Sentai expected this loss. They're fighting hybrids. They got Jiren out. Maybe they,
Maybe
expected
Nam's back on Budakai next season.
Maybe.
Two fun facts. One, this is the first time we've seen Jace in a couple of weeks. Like quite a few. And now, have fun. Jiren's in for the rest of the season.
I will. I'm not scared of him, but I'm sure other teams are. And
Yeah,
he's a
I
good
don't
team.
even know if they didn't bring him because he's too volatile because they like don't use him or what, but
I'm pretty sure part
they're
of it
so
was
weird
just
with how they use him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm calling Sentai out. They like they kind of like had a weird testing schedule with him. And then, like, the builds they tested were just to get, like, an idea of the AI. They weren't actually builds they were planning on using for a good while. And then they didn't use them at all in, like, preseason, so everybody was really mad at them because they wanted to see the new character. And now they're, like, not using him at all. It's like, now they have to use him, right? Unless they FA bench
Yeah.
him. Which,
Uh,
at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they FA bench him for the rest of the season to hide him more.
I'm
Like,
pretty
what is
sure.
happening?
I'm pretty sure part of the reason they benched him was that they wanted to see him for the rest of the season.
They literally
I don't
have
know.
a
Someone might
character
come
given
out.
to them that has good stats. After seasons are going, we need new characters, and other people saying they could probably use a good stat character, and they don't even use them.
I don't know. They're 5-3 though, so I can't knock their hustle. Macho, you got some history with hybrids. Tell me
I
how you
do.
feeling. They're
That's
7-1.
I was gonna
3
get my
elite.
licks in because you guys were focusing on Sentai a lot, but there is something very important and very special about this hybrids team. Ultimate
Yeah.
Gohan is Ultimate Gohan. He's always incredible. But when it comes to Teen and Future, but mostly Teen we always look at as the last 2 seasons he was an if character. If Teen does this, he's a great character. You know, Teen has an amazing kit. Probably
True.
spammable 2-bar B2, great melee, and just an incredible kit, great charge, just incredible crit kit all around. But was he that good that previous 2 seasons? Not really. He was like average, and sometimes he was below average. But now he's actually having a season where, man, Teen is a good character, which hybrids were still a good team when Teen was underperforming. But now you can see they're 7-1 now, having a great record, and Future is probably one of my favorite kits in the game, and seeing him do pretty well as well is very nice to see. So yeah, it's a very exciting team if you're hybrids. Finally seeing not just Ultimate Gohan, but seeing your other wow, these are crazy characters actually perform what they should.
Yeah, they wouldn't have these
Hybrid.
wins if they didn't pick up Mustard Nam, the Budakai specialist. So
That's true.
we already know Budakai's
The-
North Kai next season.
The,
if they
the
get
guy
him back.
that eluded androids.
He did do that. He's still bad. Stand by it.
Be ready to ready to eat your words several weeks from now.
I will not. I will not. They'll lean Nom, and I'll say the same thing. I'm not scared of Nom.
Alright.
Anyway, do we want to move on to these power rankings, or do we have any more licks we want to get in on these teams?
Nope.
No, we're feeling good?
Yeah, we're good.
Hey, I'm excited. This power ranking. Ooh, I love this image. All right, boys, we got androids at 2, hybrids at 1. You know, let's see your teams. We got Buujins at 14, ED at a nice svelte 10 right in the middle, and Cinema at 12. How are you guys feeling about your placements? Is it a fair depiction of where you guys think you should be, or what?
I
I'm
think I should be a bit lower, but I guess divisional loss helps. I mean, divisional wins help.
I'm below
And these are golf rolls, right? So I'm third.
I'm below
yeah.
I'm below a lot of teams that have worse records than me.
Is it because of you lost to a team that's lower ranked than you?
Yes. I lost to several
Mm.
actually.
Well, you know,
Oh, you beat us. Congratulations.
you beat them,
Here's your.
and that is you can hang your hat on.
And I'm still below them.
I mean, they won against a team that's probably higher ranking than them, right? Oh no, they lost.
I've
don't know.
told the maker of the tier list this. Elites being included should not be a thing.
Well, he's got a
Yeah,
lot of comments about a lot of things that need to be fixed, so there's going
it
to be a lot
definitely
that gets
skews
changed.
hybrids. Hybrids having 14 points is skewed because of the elites. You take those
Also,
away,
and Android's 10. Like it's so unobtainable.
yeah, true. We also got 2 elite points. So yeah, if we're out of there, it's definitely more like Sentai, us, hybrids around there.
I'd probably
The
say
list will
hybrids
change.
is still farther up.
Well, if you take the 3 elites away,
It would be
we'll have-
8-6-5 for
Yeah,
8
8-6-5.
hybrids, 6 androids, and 5.
Yeah, so
no, it'd
the-
be 3 Sentai because Sentai had
Yeah, Sentai had Merc.
yeah.
Oh yeah, so 3, yeah.
So like it would still be quite
It's the same, but it wouldn't be as like
actually
crazy
Sen-
looking.
well, Rugrats also suddenly told that They'd be like around where Cold and Royals are if they didn't have
Yeah.
leads. Anywho.
Man, that is kind of the top is a little heavy. I'm not gonna lie.
Anywho.
Anyway, these are power rankings, not record rankings, right? So it's a little subjective. Do you want to move on to predictions? My favorite part of the week.
Yes.
Sure. I'm
Okay.
actually excited for these predictions.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the best part. All right, boys. Match one. We got RW versus Sentai. Ooh, RW's on the come up, and Sentai just took a major loss, but Jiren's coming back in, so unless RW pull off some shenanigans, which they can do because End is coming back in, I'm gonna say Sentai for this one. How are you feeling, Door?
I don't know. I would say Sentai. I fought them. They have some characters that
Yeah.
are really obnoxious to deal with. RW though have been on a little bit of a up streak, so this is gonna at least be a very interesting match. But I think I'd have to give it to Sentai because I just have a couple factors that are really hard to deal with.
That is fair. That's C. Who do you think, brother?
I'm gonna go against the majority, and this is not because they're in South Kai. It's because I actually think RW is just on the rise, and they didn't even have their supposed best character in this week, which
That's fair.
was N Vegeta. I think RW will win this.
Okay, that's fair. Macho, round us out. Who you
Uh,
got?
I think you can say RW is coming up, but at the same time, I feel their bench is either gonna be Maju or early Goku. If it is, Maju has been their Mr. Consistent. He has been the rock for the team mostly when there's been a lot of inconsistencies. And early Goku kind of flat out carried last week, so him being bench
True.
would be interesting for them. And Sentai, they don't really have a problem where they have to rely on a few people. They have a bunch of characters that can be scary on any given week, and that our dude can pull it out definitely. But I think just like if you character wise, you compare how scary they can be. I'd definitely give it to Sentai.
All right. 3-1 Sentai. Match 2, a divisional. Derp versus Hybrids. Now, Destiny, how many Zenny do these guys have?
I don't know. No one
If you
recording.
know,
That's supposed to be your job.
Oh, my bad, my bad. We'll guesstimate. In my opinion, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna say
Derp has
hybrid.
15 and Hybrids have 5.
Thank you, Macho.
Yeah,
I'll
Hybrids ain't gonna
still
have
say
any Zenny because they don't lose matches.
They don't lose.
Freaking Anthony over
I'll-
here. What is this guy? Who is this guy? Get him out of here. All right, we're taking over. This is a
tired
this is a-
Anthony, okay?
Gotta trust
And
the
I
stars, Anthony. You gotta
an
trust the
aggressive
stars.
take. What is that term? The
Hostile takeover.
hostile takeover. Macho, my man. Who we voting on?
Who we voting on? We voting on Derp. Cause
All
goddamn
right,
it,
Hybrids
we love
got
her.
this. Moving on.
We love
Buujins
her.
anarchy, excuse me. Hybrids are gonna take this because they are a dominant team.
They got
Destiny.
Future Gohan back. They can't lose.
True, they know the future. Destiny, who do you got?
Well, I think most people want to see someone take down the Masa as Hybrids. Hybrids have shown they can definitely win this, so I'm going with Hybrids.
3-1
Well, my
hybrid.
reasoning is
All right, hold
that
on.
Derp's like a defense team and Hybrids is like a burst team, and I don't know. I think they've been struggling lately in the dealing with burst aspect.
Let me explain myself now, because I was
Okay.
I only went Derp. As I was once a procurator of the Hybrids builds, I can tell you that whenever it comes to key matches, Hybrids always lose. Go the underdog. Let's go Team Derp.
Okay.
I don't
That's,
know. In the last key match, they kind of did.
What if every match is a key match and that's how you win the bowl?
And with that, that's a big brainer. Match 3, back-to-back divisionals, Budakai versus Rugrats. I'm going Rugrats. They're bringing in Frieza, solid member, and I just think Budakai's kind of on a low right now, and
Macho,
Rugrats are feeling good. Macho, who you got?
what do you have any character that you feel like can answer Majin Vegeta, or is he gonna take two guys?
Majin Vegeta.
Not on that match.
Yeah, not on that match.
Pick
No,
Budakai
we're
or
moving to the
Rugrats.
next. Well, I don't care about this
No.
match. This match is boring.
Then pick quickly.
All right, fine. Rugrats.
Okay, Destiny.
Rugrats.
Macho.
I'm actually taking a Budakai. Kid Goku actually does great against Rugrats. Better be in.
He's beating up his peers on the playground. I get it. I love it. 3-1 Rugrats. And now, fucking, did you want to talk about it, though? Royals or ZD?
I'm
Who
on
do
to the
you
next
have?
match already. I'm on my match now.
You're gonna lose. I'm gonna pick ED because I think they are just better. Don't at me, Royals. Macho.
Macho never answered the question. That's what
I forget the question because I was too busy.
Who's
Do you
beating
have-
Majin Vegeta?
Do you think you have a character that can actually handle Majin Vegeta, or is he gonna take two?
Not this week, but I still think we can win even with that. I actually have a lot of confidence in this week. I mean,
I'm betting on the underdogs. Royals, it is.
I do have a lot of confidence. I'm benching Mid Vegeta this week. Yeah. I think.
Hold on,
This
I'm just
team can
DMing
win.
Fat Happy real quick.
Yeah,
Continue.
go ahead. Nah,
No, I'm not.
I've done
doing
this
that.
before. Cinema knows this. Cinema knows. I've
I mean, I told
dropped-
Donut what comp to put in against me because he'll win.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
that-
hear about it, but
This is some. I actually have confidence.
You
in
did.
this
I
week-
told you
this week,
earlier.
and that's something I haven't had in a long time on this team.
All right. Well, I wish you luck. I'm changing builds again, like I'm gonna be doing every week.
Destiny. Before we move on, who do you got? ED or Royals?
Royals.
2-2. Okay. We'll see. Buujins
It's gonna be a
androids.
good match.
Yeah, it will. Buujins androids. I'm going androids, obviously. I'm
I
not gonna
told you
tell
guys
who
how
we're
you
bringing
win. You
in,
just
but,
start 17.
Oh,
Yeah, same.
we're
Yeah,
gonna do fine.
I got a question, Door. Do you have a character that can stop 17, or will he just be taking?
Not in a million years. Last year, yes. This year, no. 17 has 40k HP. My characters don't deal 40k damage. Unless they put them on like Ultra Divine Water or Halo, I physically can't kill 17.
That makes
Or
sense.
Cell.
That adds up.
You never know. Macho.
They
who do
only
you
need to
got?
send 2, honestly. They could like random the other 2, and I'll probably not even get through there if they do 17, so I don't think I can get through them.
We'll see. Macho, who do you have?
Buujins will win, but we can't win.
Okay.
I feel like a theme about this androids team. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this androids team has been known to stomp on every single one of the lower teams this season. Like you can look it
Yes.
up for yourselves. I'm pretty sure you guys
we've
have.
only lost to Namek and hybrids.
Yeah, you've been stomping like the ones that have lower losses. I don't think it's gonna be any different.
Yeah.
But I don't have a lower loss. Does that mean I'm gonna win? Is that a vote for me?
I'm trying to
I have
think of
higher
a match
losses.
that was
Well, no,
close
no.
for me.
Dude, Android, who I want to win is Buujins. Who I think's gonna win is androids.
Okay.
I don't think we've had a close match. Even when we lost, it wasn't close. I think it's
Well, I've
just
never
'cause-
had a close match either.
Oh, this match.
My
was close,
2
actually.
wins were
This is our
stomps and
closest
my
match.
6 losses were stomps. I have no idea what's happening.
This match was our closest match, in my opinion, because Super 17 had to come out. So ED, your toughest fight.
That was not a tough fight at all, man. It was over.
It
with 16.
was. I was scared, bro. It's 17 and 24K. I was like, oh. Anyway, Destiny, Buujins android. Sorry.
Buujins, so you can stop voting against my team.
I don't vote against your
Yes,
team.
you do.
You just pick. You fight strong teams, okay? I'm sorry.
No, you legit want me to lose.
I picked Sentai this week. I'm not that biased. I just
What
think
match are we on? I'm
Muscle
so
is strong.
confused.
GT muscle, move on.
Oh, we're on GT Muscle. GT
Okay,
easy.
GT.
I need all the other North Kai teams to lose so that these next 2 weeks when I lose, I still have a chance or at least some form of hope.
Why don't you get
ED
on
can
door
win,
because of
Because
that?
at this point, I have to beat ED and wins anyways. But if I can tie Muscle or beat RW and tie him, I have a chance.
I'm picking GT because they're a good momentum. What about
They got
you?
a Babby on their team. That's super
They do
strong.
got Babby. He don't give a fuck.
I'm rooting for GT. I want the East Kai race to continue, and there is only one North Kai team that I want to win other than me, and it's Buujins. I do not want Muscle. They don't know what it feels to be losing as much as we do. It feels so.
Ooh, they
need
won
to,
like 5 or 6
they need to be
balls.
humble. They also need to understand what it means to have a
They
working.
can miss a ball for once. That's fine.
Yeah, and they need to understand what it means to have a working character, not like a consistent working character. They have that. They have Trunks. Where's our character? Where's our great go
I
in
mean,
and do a
Krillin and
60K
Tien were,
character?
but they kind of fucked off.
Oh, Tien did awful like the first 7 weeks, and Krillin let me just done under 15K the last 2 weeks. He
That's
was my
one
rock,
character that's holding my team together, and Majin Buu. He is the stick,
He's the gum to hold all gums.
but he's not like popping off and carrying. He's just like the only character that takes out his guy.
Yeah. Destiny, GT Muscle, who you got?
Also, because GT has to bring back in either Jiro or Gapago one if they want to bring in the FA bench from Jiro, and honestly, I think that it's a weak link that they will have to deal with.
Okay. So that's logical. 3-1 GT, but I understand why Muscle got the vote. Cinema Cold. Destiny, it's not because it's your team. It's just that Cold is very strong.
Oh, don't
I'm
worry.
gonna
I was voting Cold as well. We've never beaten Cold.
I was gonna vote Cinema. You guys, all characters did 40K this last week,
Your-
and
Your
Cold
team is
didn't.
also very strong.
Yeah, but King Cold's coming in. King Cold's one of our toughest matchups. So
Hey, I saw him in All Stars. He's not that good.
Not that. I feel bad. I don't mean to vote against your team. It's like strong.
yeah,
guys,
that
I don't-
yeah, and that's what Tosh said last year. He voted against my team every week.
You just did. bro. If you were like 8-0, maybe I'd look like a hater. I'm sorry. Macho, who do you got?
I think it could go either way, though. Would you care to share who you're benching, Destiny?
Oh yeah, true.
No, because I literally fight one of these people next. I literally fight one of these people the week after. No,
They could.
What do you
They're
mean?
I
Yeah, you
literally
can
fight
mix it up.
I literally fight androids the following week.
Oh, don't.
Oh, boo.
Oh,
But he
boy.
does
Like
start.
I'm
with,
gonna.
he does start with a B.
Okay. It's
Thank
not
you.
gonna affect how I plan if I know who you bench against Cold.
All right, I think actually Cinema takes it. I think their characters are a bit more consistent. I think consistency kind of kills Cold, as we've seen from hybrids beating them, and I feel like a consistent team that can do consistent damage against them. That's fifth time I said consistent in a sentence. I think they can take it. I got Cinema.
All right, half and half. It could have been 3-1. Destiny, if you want to change your vote.
We still have never won. We still never won versus Cold, and I don't think that's gonna change. So.
If they're on a
Alright,
losing
okay.
streak, they might go crazy.
They
Oh,
might.
yeah,
They
and I
might.
don't think you
Honestly,
understand. I'm on a losing streak.
Yeah, but you're
And
Cinema. That's different.
All
Losers
right,
were
moving
always bad.
on.
Next match is probably the hardest match in my opinion the whole week. Nam versus Kaiju. These are both pretty good teams, but honestly,
Kaiju wins hands down.
Kaiju wins hands up.
hands down. That's a crazy one. I'll say.
I mean, Adult Gohan's coming back in, and and Namek still has not
True.
benched late Piccolo.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Namek
yeah,
is starting to
Kaiju.
run into the issue of they don't actually have
Yeah.
any late Piccolo benches.
I forgot that was a thing. Yeah, Kaiju. Yeah, sure.
All right.
Uh,
That's what
Well, a little birdie told me that Bardock's been doing good, so late Piccolo's going to be having his build next week. So I think Namek takes it.
Late Piccolo's doing the copy no jutsu. I get it.
Hey,
Okay.
he did it on Gohan. It worked. He can do it on Bardock. Might work. I don't know.
And you know what, doesn't? No bias. I picked 3 Southcat teams to win. So no bias here, buddy. And-
Actually, no. You. Actually, no. Yeah, you did pick 3.
I did.
Yeah. Actually, no. There's a little bit of bias here. You chose androids. It's on your team. I didn't even choose my own team.
If it was, I'm not gonna hate. If this were an outside perspective, I would still pick Android. That's just me. I don't know.
Anyway, can we wrap this up?
Anyway, let's wrap this episode up, boys. Before we go, check out the links in the description. Discord, Twitter, TikTok, blowing up. Watch our shorts. Post comments. We love them. We all read them, good or bad. I cry at
You
the bad
don't
one.
read comments. Don't at me. You wanna fucking go, mate?
I
You
don't
wanna
think
I
fucking
cry.
go?
I don't-
You
I
wanna
cry.
go, mate?
I don't think we even get comments.
That's a
Sometimes we
lie.
do.
We get comments. You guys don't read them. That's why.
I do. Sometimes we do get
Here's
comments.
why. You didn't do it last week, so I gotta go back 2 weeks to look at comments. That's how
Mhm.
bad it is.
And
Look
this
at
is
this.
been
Look
a
at this.
great
Ryan's been
Capsule cast.
commenting. He likes
Say-
us. He gives
say-
us support. Let's go
All
back
right,
another
everybody
week.
say
Look at
bye
this.
to
No comments.
Doorguard.
Lame. Not my
Say
fault.
goodbye.
Probably because the host was bad. Dang,
Mhm.
Anthony. Ryan commented on this one too. Ryan's our biggest supporter. Why don't more people comment, huh? He's winning. Don't you guys want to win? You just have
Say
to
goodbye.
comment. Just tell us how awesome Buujins are. That's all you got to do.
Yes, then they'll start winning. Say goodbye to Doorguard and Macho and Destiny. It's been a great Capsule cast. You want to sign out, guys? Say whatever you want. Plug whatever you want.
I
Remember to hit that bell icon, ding that dong, as some might say.
Yeah.
Destiny,
Yeah.
got something
Ding
to
the,
plug?
ding the dong.
Ding the dong.
Check out the links in the description below for the Discord, website, Twitter, and TikTok. Our
Okay.
shorts have been getting mad popular. Get on that hype train.
And with that, I think we're gonna end it off right now.
Ding that
So see
dong.
you next week
Bye.
for another great Capsule cast. Bye.